Just about set for football now. Here at Hard Rock Stadium in South Florida. Tonight, a good one in the AFC East. It's the New York Jets and the Miami Dolphins.
Fans, welcome to the field. Your 2025 Miami Dolphins.
Mike Tirico and Greg Olsen in the booth. Riley Patterson on the field gets this thing going. Off we go from Hard Rock Stadium. And this will work out quite well. They'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. So here come the Jets. Their ever-changing quarterback carousel stops on Justin Fields, the 26-year-old. Remember, the Bears' first-round pick back in 2021 out of Ohio State.
I think we're seeing this so often now in the modern NFL is quarterbacks who can hurt you both improv as a scrambler and also with designed runs coming out of the huddle. So this is a tricky situation. Guys who can run with this kind of speed, you have to be very careful how you pass rush them. You're not just rushing to a spot. It's not just an X behind the center. You got to try to corral him and keep him in the pocket because when he escapes, big plays are to be had.
About 15 yards to kick off the drive. It's a first down. Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. Looking down the field there, but it falls incomplete. Rasul Douglas there to break that one up.
Solid rep there for this corner, Mike. I mean, to stay disciplined with his technique throughout the entire play. So often we see when the ball's put in the air, the defender can panic and they either get a pass interference or they misplay the ball. This time he times it perfectly and forces the incompletion.
And he'll be marked down at the 45-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 10. Good for a Jets first down.
First down, Jets.
This is how you draw up your opening possession when you're on the road. The longer the drive goes, the quieter the crowd gets. Continue to mix in that run game. Let's see if they can finish off by putting this ball in the end zone.
So they come to the line for first down and 10. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. Moving outside the pocket. There he goes again.
Justin Fields scrambles from the pocket. A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1 at the 36-yard line.
Second and a yard. They'll run it out of the gun, and it's Hall. And he will have the first down. Not a huge run, but enough to move the chains.
A gain of a yard. First down, New York.
They'll go again with Hall. And he is planted. Backfield. Defenders crashing through. Blow up that play behind the line.
I think that's just a case of a right call at the wrong time, Mike. You typically want to run a draw in more of an obvious passing situation. In this case, the defense was expecting run, and they're able to just eat up that draw play.
Second down. It's Fields. He's going to let this one go deep.
So anytime a team suffers an early setback like that interception, human instinct says, Mike, we need to get away from our game plan. We need to adjust. I don't think that's the case. There's a lot of game left, a lot of chances to avenge that play and still connect downfield on some of these passes. All proven, though, Mike, they've got to identify what went wrong, let's correct it so we're able to move forward.
The Miami offense set to go, led by 27-year-old Tua Tagovailoa. Greg, hard to believe, 6th season as the Dolphins quarterback.
We had a chance to see him out on the field early in pregame, and I thought he looked really sharp. I thought he looked focused. We had a chance to talk to him earlier in the week, and he's excited for this opportunity today. He thinks he's got a chance to lead this offense and have a lot of success, and ultimately the #1 goal is to come out with a victory.
Hill brought in motion. The one here. This is Devon Achane. Well, he shows you the elusiveness getting out of one tackle, but not the other. Fortunate, really, to get back to the line of scrimmage on that play.
Heck, even to the line of scrimmage, I think most backs around the league, that play would have resulted in a loss, but not this guy. Continued to fight, continued to do everything he could to prevent the loss, but it still stopped for no gain.
That's brought in by Darren Waller. And they're going to get him down right at the 25. 20 yards on that pass play. Good for a Dolphins first down.
These were the chunk plays they thought they could get here against this pass defense. They thought the passing game favored their offense in this matchup, and I think we can expect this to be the case the rest of the game.
On the handoff, this is Achane. Up the sideline to the 40. And he's going to be taken down on the other side of the 50-yard line. It's a gain there of 26 yards.
Well, that's a heck of a 1-2 punch right there, and that's something that every offense stresses. The ability to be equally effective run and pass on any given snap. They follow up the successful pass play with a big explosive run.
And they're going to get to him and take him down, taken back to the other side of midfield. The big fella, Quinn Williams, forcing his way in for the sack.
And now we're seeing the game kind of go back and forth. Each team trading blows, trying to establish control over the other. Nice chunk play on the previous play. The defense responds back with a sack, and we're going to see which team can establish a little bit more of this control as the game unfolds.
A shotgun snap for two. The second down throw is incomplete.
Timing and trust, critical elements of this quick passing game. If your target and the quarterback are not on the same page, it winds up being an incompletion and a wasted down.
3rd and long. Back to throw is Tua. He'll take a shot here for the end zone. To the end zone, it's intercepted. Picked off by Brandon Stevens.
Well, we're getting a little test here early, Mike, to see just how easy is this team to round. Didn't look like they were able to get through that opening script that they had worked on all week. So I'm going to be curious on this next drive. Do they stick to the plan? Do they pick up where they left off? Or is there a little bit of a reaction, or dare I say panic, to come out and make some adjustments in response to that early interception?
The Jets offense ready to see the football for the second time. The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, it's Fields. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
Mason Taylor. It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 27-yard line.
Ball on the 27. Here's 2nd down and 3. Here's Fields. It is brought in by Josh Reynolds. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45.
It's a gain of 20.
20-yard pickup there. And the Jets have a 1st down.
That's what they call a big dagger route. It's about 10, 15 yards where you just round off your outside foot and rip into the middle of the field, and they executed it to perfection, and they're able to move the chains.
First down. Fields. That ball flutters to the ground. It's incomplete. Well, fortunate there wasn't a defender right there in the area. Could have been a turnover. Instead, it brings up second down.
The pass protection's been a little bit shaky at times, and that was the case there. And even though they're not going to go down for allowing a sack, it was allowing the pressure that ultimately prevented that pass from being completed.
Quick slant into the hands of Wilson. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. A grab there for Wilson, his first of the game, and gives his team a first down.
And it's a big play there for his first catch of the game. And not only does he get a nice chunk of yards, but now he puts his offense in plus territory as they try to see if they can end this drive with some points.
Here's Hall. He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. Dropped for the loss of a yard.
The key to great defensive line play is the get-off. When that ball moves, how fast can you get off the ball and get into the backfield? That's exactly what we saw here. Quick read, react, get off the block, take him down for a loss.
Fields now on second down. They'll set up the screen to Hall, and he'll get about 3 here on second down before he's out of bounds.
Just a little slow developing on that screenplay there. It was pretty obvious to the entire defense exactly what was going on. Nobody was thinking pass. Nobody was getting back into their drops, and just nowhere for that back to go.
And some problems communicating on third down, and that's going to be a delay.
Still third down.
So after the 5 yards are walked off, they face third and long. That's deep for the back of the end zone. That one broken up in the end zone. It's incomplete. What great work just to get those hands up there. And now it's fourth down.
It's hard to play that ball any better than the way that defender did right there. I mean, to stay patient throughout the entire play and make sure that not only are you in prime position to make it, but that once the ball is there, attack it, knock it down, and save a touchdown.
So, on fourth down, Austin McNamara is going to come in here to punt. Malik Washington deep for Miami.
Personal foul, roughing the kicker, defense. Automatic first down.
They'll come up here, first and 10. On the ground, it's Allen. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
18-yard line.
Give him 12 on that one. They are on the march. Another first down.
This offense has to be thrilled, Mike, with the success they've had here on the ground in this opening quarter. Now as the rest of the game unfolds, everything in the game plan continues to open up.
And this tackle there, he pushes forward, and will give him 4 yards.
13-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup. Second and 6.
Here's second and 6. Fields to throw. Catch made, right side by Wilson. And this drive's going to continue. He's taken down, but they are set up with first and goal.
And this is the blueprint, Mike. The ability to sustain and maintain possession and methodically move the ball down the field in the process. The defense has had no answers up until this point, and now the next step is, can they come away with 6? Because anything less than that, After this,
That is caught side of the end zone. Mason Taylor. Touchdown, Jets.
and this is what good offenses in the NFL do, Mike. It's the ability to bounce back, even if the onset of the game doesn't go exactly according to plan. Everybody wants to take their opening possession and go down there and come away with a touchdown. But it's not always going to be perfect. You turn it over on possession one. What are you going to do in response on possession two? Well, we just got our answer, and they took it down for 6.
The veteran Nick Folk here for the extra point. He's got it, and the Jets will take a 7-0 lead. Now, after the play, he'll stop it. We have an injured Dolphin, and as the medical staff looks him over, we'll step aside. After the touchdown, out is Folk to kick this one away. Washington now to return it. Uh-oh. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. The Dolphins offense ready to take over for their second possession. They had that pick on the opening drive. It led to a touchdown. So 7-0 the deficit as they get the ball back. 1st and 10. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. Throwing is Tua. And he finds Tyreek. They'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the 29-yard line.
From the 29, here's 2nd and 6. On the carry, it's Achane. He'll move this one ahead to the 31-yard line. Quentin Williams there to make the play.
It's a gain of 2. Brings up 3rd and 3.
3rd down and 3. From the gun, here's Tua. And the rush gets home. He'll go down. They got him.
This is a great reminder of why it's so important to have great offensive tackles. When you get beat so fast off the edge, the quarterback has nowhere to go in the pocket to escape, and that's what happens.
So that brings up 4th down. The veteran Jake Bailey called on to punt. Back deep is Isaiah Davis. This fielded inside the 35. And he's going to be brought down after a short return. And that's where his team will get possession of the football. From the 35, it's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Fields. And he does a nice job to avoid the initial wave. They're going to get him down behind the line. Now after the play, it looks like we have an injured Jet on the field. The training staff going to look, and will step out for a moment. Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. To throw is Fields. The pressure gets there again, and again he goes down.
Early in this drive, they're trying to establish some offensive rhythm, but now after that 2nd down sack, really puts them in a must-pass. You don't want to be in 3rd and long very often in the NFL. It's not a very high percentage conversion rate, and with the danger of a 3 and out, they better hold up here in pass protection.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. Fields now. Throw across his body is complete. He got a lot of what he needed, but just not enough. The mark is a couple of yards shy of the 1st down. Here comes 4th down.
I think in this field position, Mike, when 4th and short, I think you got to go for it. I think there's at least a conversation going on the sideline about whether you keep your offense on the field or send out your punt unit.
And he didn't get the check he was hoping for in that one. That goes into the end zone, and it's a touchback. So we are through one on Monday Night Primetime. The Jets have the advantage. And we're back to South Florida after this. The Dolphins in possession of the football. We begin the 2nd quarter. They'll start with a 1st and 10 at their own 20. Hill brought in motion. Off play action, it's Tua. Sending it deep for Waddle. That'll be batted away. Incomplete. Coverage very strong defensively. It's 2nd down.
So, Mike, regardless of what everyone else is playing, anytime there's a one single high safety, whether everyone's in man or zone, he's really just a full field zone defender. His job is to just help everyone across the board, and there's an element of instincts, there's an element of understanding offensive game plan, and then at the end of the day, you've got to have the speed and the ball skills to get to the ball and contest as many throws as you can.
That one good for 26 yards.
That's good.
Watch the running back's patience here, Mike. He's slow, and then he hits it. That's the key here. If he goes too fast, their linemen aren't ready yet. Really well executed. Great run.
A play fake. Down 2 of the throw. This one caught by Waller. And he's out of bounds inside the 45-yard line. That's a gain of 11, and they'll move the chains with another 1st down.
There's no more efficient play in the NFL, Mike, than the play-action passing game, and you can see here why. You make the defense have to honor both the run and the pass, and he's able to pick up a nice gain to his tight end.
Sending it deep for Waddle. That one down the field, but they cannot connect, and it's incomplete.
As this offense continues to put anything together and score some points, they need to just take a step back. They need to say, okay, we've struggled here in the 1st half putting points on the scoreboard. Don't worry about chasing points. Let's chase 1st downs. Let's chase completions. Just start building something small, and oftentimes when you take that approach, it snowballs, and next thing you know,
nowhere to go. He is taken down. Jermaine Johnson, the former 1st-round pick, in there to bring him down.
What a 1st half for this pass rush, huh, Mike? I mean, they have just completely dominated this game. They are in complete control, and you have to imagine this offensive line, there's got to be some adjustments up front. They just cannot allow their quarterback to continue to be hit like this.
It is 3rd and long. They'll bring Waller in motion here. The play clock down to 0. And this
Delay of game.
not the best of sequences.
Still third down.
The task now, a really tough one. Third and very long. Out of the gun, Tagovailoa. Flush to his right. Taking advantage of the room to run. A gain of 19 on the scramble.
A gain of 19 yards. That's good for another Miami Dolphin. First and 10 at the 32-yard line.
And that's just great athleticism on display. He's trying to find someone past the sticks, but he can't. Finally, he says, I'm just going to go get this myself with my legs, and he does. What a run to pick up the first down.
He'll bow his way forward for a couple. From the interior, Harrison Phillips there for the tackle.
A gain of 2 brings up second and 8.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's second and 8. They'll stay on the ground with Achan, and he is crushed in the backfield. Defenders firing through. Shut it down right away for a loss of yardage.
At the 33-yard line.
Number one rule of run blocking for the offensive line is you don't want to allow penetration. It just doesn't give your running back any angles to cut and find the hole. It's exactly how it played out here. They've got to do a better job holding the line of scrimmage and not getting pushed back.
Nowhere to go. He's going to be taken down.
This is the epitome of team defense. Not only are you able to rush the passer and put relentless pressure on him play after play, but the coverage on the back end is so tight. There's just nowhere for the quarterback to go with the ball. You see him just continue to hold the ball that extra second in the pocket, and with the way these guys are pass rushing, that's all the time they need.
Here's the punter now, as they'll say no to the long field goal and hope to pin them deep. And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback and will come out to the 20-yard line. The Jets offense ready for this next possession. They lead by a touchdown as this drive begins with first and 10. Begins with a run, and it's Hall. And a nice job there, sidestepping defenders on his way. It's a gain of 9.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up second and a yard.
A good spot here, second and a yard. Another run here with Hall. And he'll get a couple of yards, and that's good enough for the first down.
Brought down at the 31. 2 yards on the play. First down, Jets.
They give to Hall. And he finds some daylight. Up past the 35-yard line, a pickup of 7.
A 7-yard pickup brings up second and 3 at the 38-yard line.
From the 38 now, here's second and 3. On the give, it's Hall. And he will keep the drive moving. Gets the first down. Nice gain of 5.
It's a gain of 6. First down, Jets.
I think this second down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst, they had themselves set up for a third down and short. But there's no need for third down. He was able to get enough on second, and they get a fresh set of downs.
A first down throw for Fields. Oh, in trouble, and down he goes. Jordan Brooks in there for the sack. He forced his way through. A loss of 9.
Looked like a pass protection breakdown. They had 5 offensive linemen and a running back in the backfield. I promise you, somebody was assigned to that linebacker, but he timed the blitz perfectly. He ran through and was able to bring him down for a big sack.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Now Fields. He connects. It's in the hands of Reynolds. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up third down.
I wouldn't be surprised if some point here in the future, Mike, this quarterback drops back. It looks like the same old hitch route underneath, and they give a pump fake and go. You can lull a defense to sleep with a lot of these underneath quick game passes, and once you do, you can try to go for the big one.
Open man is Lazard. He's got it. And they will bring this into the red zone. Big connection inside the 20. Big gain for the Jets there. 45 yards.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone, and this is where you have to finish drives.
Fields going to hang on to this one, and he'll be met in the backfield and drop behind the line of scrimmage.
The decision whether to keep the ball or to hand it to the back happens so fast. In this case, the quarterback thinks it was a keep read. The defense was there ready to stop him. Tackle for loss.
So after the loss on first, here's 2nd and 14. Fields. He'll take off again. And they'll get him down inside the 5-yard line. It's 1st and goal coming up.
1st and goal at the 4-yard line.
This has been a great drive, and mostly at the hands of the man with the ball there. He thought about pulling the trigger on that one, thought better of it, decides to take off with his legs, and now he's going to have 1st and goal.
Try to push forward, but only a yard down to the 2.
At the 2-yard line. A pickup of 2 brings up 2nd and goal.
The ball a little closer now. It is 2nd and goal. Hall. And he won't quite get in. Down to the 1, setting up 3rd and goal.
And after putting together what's been a long and methodical drive, they suddenly find themselves on the verge of potentially stalling out. So this defense, they can get a stop here. That would feel like a pretty big win on a drive that's largely been dominated by the offense.
Trying to find any seam he can, but the push too strong in the middle. He didn't get there. It's 4th down.
How about this for a goal line stand, Mike? Your back's against the wall, back-to-back plays you hold tight. They set themselves up here to defend a 4th and goal try.
Interesting decision. A field goal makes it a 2-score game. They're going to keep the hammer down and go for it on 4th and goal. That is incomplete. The defense coming up big in the red zone. It's a turnover on down. Devon Achane ready to take the field with the rest of his Miami offensive teammates. They'll need to get something positive going right away here. Ball starts inside their own 1-yard line. Nothing doing there. Might get it out to the 2, but that's all.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Here's a 2nd and 9. Tua, give it to Achan. Up the sideline to the 15. He is out of bounds. He's going to mark him at the 24-yard line. 22 yards, the pickup there. First down, Miami.
There's two elements to a successful run play, and the key is having them aligned. The offensive line needs to block according to the play and create space, but the back has to hit that space at the appropriate time. And this is a clear example as to why it leads to big gains.
They'll fake the hand. Now, Tua. He's got room past the 35. And he's going to be out of bounds up around the 39-yard line. Give him 15 more on that one. They are on the move. It's a first down.
39-yard line.
And this is why most teams, Mike, decide to take the ball first after the halftime break, because they want to be able to control this middle 4. At the end of the first half, you can use your timeouts, you can use some strategy to steal an extra possession. If they're able now to go down and come away with points, they'll have a chance to double it up again right after the halftime break.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Man in motion here is Washington. And he's going to have the first down as he gets out of bounds, and he stopped the clock as well.
A gain of 10 yards. That's another Dolphins first down. 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
They'll bring Waller in motion here. On first down, Tagovailoa. Flush to his right. He's going to keep it himself. Strong running there. He brings this down inside the 25. A pickup there of 25 yards. Good for a Dolphins first down.
1st and 10 at the 21-yard line.
The challenge of defending a dual-threat quarterback in the NFL, Mike, is that you just don't see them week in and week out, maybe like you do in college. So in this case, you defend everything perfectly downfield, but it's hard to account for a quarterback who can run. He escapes the pressure, tucks it down himself, and he picks up a big gain.
This one broken up. It's incomplete. The defender right there with him. It brings up 2nd down.
Makes it 2nd.
That's not an easy catch by any means, but at this level, Mike, you get paid to catch them all. And really, you get paid to catch the hard ones. And you know that hit, it's coming either way. And I remember learning as a young player early in my career, the hit's coming, you're going to get knocked to the ground. It feels a lot better getting off the ground and handing the ball to the official.
Now the Dolphins going to use the first of their timeouts. Clock stops with a little under a minute to go in this 2nd quarter. Good drive now faces a tough conversion. It is 3rd and long. Here's 2. And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long. Now the Jets going to use the first of their timeouts. They get the stoppage with just over 50 seconds to play in this first half. Out comes Riley Patterson to try the field goal. This from 45 yards away. Patterson's kick is good. And the Dolphins are on the board just before halftime. time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. Here's Smith to return it. Terrific return. He's taken down just shy of midfield. The Jets offense going to take over here in the last minute of this first half. The lead sits at 4. So they'll try to add on to that. This drive begins with 1st and 10. Fields. That's over the middle, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Garrett Wilson there. It's 2nd down.
So as halftime looms, Mike, they have to find a way to capitalize on this drive right here and make sure they end the half with some sort of points. Now, that incompletion, not ideal, but at the very least it stops the clock. Catch your breath, get back in the huddle, and this next play, it's got to be a gotta-have-it best play call.
And he's able to take this for good yardage before sliding and hitting the deck to end the play. Now a timeout, Jets. It'll be their 2nd, as they'll stop it just a little bit over 30 seconds to go in this first half. Third and a yard. Back to throw is Fields. He'll try and get there on the ground. And Fields is tough to bring down in the open field. Gives the D a break as he slides down. But he got the first down.
This is an element that defensively you always have to be ready to defend. You can't just accept that it's a pass and be so consumed with the receivers downfield. You have to account for the quarterback as a scrambler. You can see why, as he's able to get out of the pocket and pick up the first down.
That's going to wind up incomplete. Not much time remaining. Time for one more snap here in this first half.
Initially, a nice job by the receiver. He actually was open downfield. He was able to get behind the defense, but the window closed up so quickly they couldn't get the ball to him. Prevents the big play.
Folks' kick is good. And the Jets going to tack on 3 more, extending the lead here late in the first half.
All right, Mike, thanks very much. Scott Hansen, good to be with you from the Orlando EA Sports Studios with an abridged halftime report. This one shaping up to be a tight one, as evidenced by the scoreboard. Both these teams playing it close to the vest in the first half. What will happen in the second half? Let's find out as we send it back to the stadium and our commentary team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
All right, Scott, thank you very much. We'll see if adjustments at halftime change the course of this one. Likely to play a big role in who's going to walk away with a W. First half played out a bit as we expected. We'll see if there's a surprise coming up. Both teams set to go, and the second half is underway. And he is stopped at 25. The drive will begin there. Devon Achane ready to take the field with the rest of his Miami offensive teammates. Just the lone field goal for them so far, down 10-3 in this one. And they'll start 1st and 10. He'll be brought down, but not before they get this all the way up near midfield. An ideal beginning to this drive. 24 on the first play.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Not a whole lot complicated about this play, Mike. That was understanding where the holes of the defense were. Remember, in this zone coverage, you got to find green grass. Get past the first down marker, be friendly to the quarterback, and then the ball has to be out on time before those zone defenders can react to the receiver. It's exactly how it played out here. You can drop all the fancy plays you want, but when the quarterback and the receiver see it through the same set of eyes, it's virtually impossible to stop.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the Jets' 46-yard line.
From the 46, here's 2nd down and 4. A run here with Achan. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. A pickup there of 19 yards. First down, Miami.
And the offensive line does a really nice job winning this play at the point of attack. And once he got the ball, all he had to really do was just find a crease and hit it, and he's able to pick up the first down.
In motion, it's Waddle. Once again, it's Achan. And this time, they are ready for it. Thrown for a loss, and it's 2nd down.
On the tackle.
How often do we see linebackers be so fast trying to track down the ball carrier that they end up actually overrunning the play and allowing the running back to cut back? But not this guy. Does a great job staying in phase, stretching this ball out sideways, and he brings him down for a loss.
Man in motion here is Washington. Using the jet sweep for the fake, they run it up the middle. And you'll get them 5 yards closer, but now 3rd down coming up.
At this point, we're going to need 2 hands to count for how many yards he's averaged in this one, Mike. But unfortunately, it just hasn't been enough to overcome the deficit here at this stage of the game.
3rd down and 9. A shotgun snap to Tua. That's taken in by Achan. And it looks like he's going to have the first down. What great work after the catch to extend the drive.
Dolphins, first down. 1st and 10 at the 16-yard line.
The most impressive thing about this drive, Mike, has really just been their efficiency. They've just continued to pick up first downs, fresh sets of downs. We just saw there with that 3rd down conversion, continue to possess the ball. These opportunities to come away with points continue to go up.
And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
In order to be successful as a run-heavy offense, Mike, it's so important that you remain really efficient on 1st and 2nd down. The last thing you want is to be in 3rd and pass, and it really throws off what you feel like your strengths are. So now you get down here in the red zone, it's got to be touchdowns. These long, sustained drives on the ground, you kick a field goal, that's a win for the defense.
He was brought down by Jermaine Johnson. It's gain of 6. Brings up 3rd and 5.
Been a good drive, but they need to convert here on 3rd and 5. To throw is Tua. And he'll just have to throw this one away. There is nowhere to go downfield. And now it's going to bring up a 4th down.
4th down.
And I think this is just a really good quarterback play. You understand you got 3 points in your pocket. Don't try to be a hero on 3rd down and make the perfect pass. Throw it away, and at the end, just come away with points on this drive.
He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Dolphins cut the lead to 4. It's 10-6. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Benet Wanwu out of return. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Jets offense trotting back out for their first involvement of this second half. Play action now for Fields. Off-balance throw. It's complete. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. Terrific starter there. Gain of 15 and a first down.
Well, any fear they might have had that they'd come out of the halftime break flat has completely gone out the window. They're not content, Mike, here, just having the lead. They're looking to extend it. A couple more plays like that. They'll find themselves in scoring territory here very quickly.
The tackle made at the 44-yard line. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
From the 44-yard line, here's 2nd down and 7. Working out of the gun, it's Fields. I had a defender draped all over him, incomplete. Good work to body him up and set up a 3rd down.
So on a day where he's completed, give or take half of his passes, Mike, you have to imagine there's a handful of throws he'd like to have back, and I think that last one falls in that category. But the biggest thing, and most fortunately for them, they find themselves with a lead despite a bit of an up-and-down performance out of their quarterback.
That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by the rookie out of Florida.
Mike, doesn't it just seem like year in and year out, especially on the defensive side of the ball, there's these late-round players that kind of burst onto the scene out of nowhere, and there's a reason this guy fell in the draft. But I'll tell you what, he has shown a ton of growth so far this year, and he continues to make his presence felt in the back end of this defense.
Devon Achane ready to take the field with the rest of his Miami offensive teammates. They'll start from the plus side of midfield, looking to possibly take the lead here. It's 1st and 10. Hill brought in motion. Fake the handoff. Now, Tua. That one out wide to Achane.
Complete to Devon Achane. A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 41-yard line.
From the 41, here's 2nd and 4. Play action. Tagovailoa. That's complete. It's Jalen Waddle. He's going to be taken down at about the 30.
It's a gain of 11.
Waddle's first catch. Good for a first down.
Probably took him a little bit longer than they would have preferred, but he finally gets on the board. First catch, first touch. Here's we start the second half.
On 1st and 10, it's Achane. And he's able to force his way through one man, but he can only muster about a yard on that play. Second down.
29-yard line. A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9.
Play action, it's Tagovailoa. Open man downfield, Tyreek Hill. And they are in great shape. He's taken down inside the 10.
Miami Dolphins.
That is a gain of 20. What a chance now. 1st and goal coming up.
Sudden change. So you find yourself defensively a little bit on your heels. Your offense just turned the ball over, and now you've got to go out and make a stand. Well, so far this offense has moved the ball pretty quickly, but can they dig in and at least force a field goal?
From the gun, here's Tua. Toss, left side, caught by his running back. And they'll get this down to the 3, but no further. It'll be second and goal.
Brings up second and goal at the 3-yard line.
Now Tua. Now a screen set up for H.M. And he is going the wrong way. Tackled back at the 7.
Bubble screen. You're really putting a lot of faith that your skill players, your wide receivers and backs are going to be able to hold up there in space as blockers. And when you don't, sometimes you end up going backwards.
Now, Tagovailoa on 3rd and goal. This is caught for a touchdown. There is a penalty flag down. Let's see if this one holds up.
Illegal touching. Offense.
So, a costly penalty here. It wipes away the touchdown. Out comes Riley Patterson to try the field goal. This, about as short as you can get. 3 for 3 in the game, as this one is also good. As the Dolphins cut the deficit down to 1.
Yeah, he does a nice job handling that kick there, but I think offensively, you come back to the sideline and you're thinking, we have to find a way to finish these drives. I mean, to be in 1st and goal and settle for 3, that can be very deflating for an offense settling for too many field goals.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Here's Smith to return it. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. So now the Jets offense ready to take over once more. Their lead is just a point as they begin it on this drive with 1st and 10. Start this drive on the ground. It's Hall. He'll take this forward for about a yard at best. It was Tyrell Dodson that time on the tackle.
1-yard gain brings up second and 9 at the 27-yard line.
Ball on the 27. Here's 2nd down and 9. From the shotgun, it's Fields. Now he'll run it. And a nice run. It'll be close to the 1st down, protecting himself, sliding at the end.
It's a gain of 8, and it brings up 3rd down.
It's going to be 3rd. They need 1. They'll try to run for it with Hall. And he's going to have enough for the 1st down. They'll mark him up at the 39-yard line.
Brought down at the 39-yard line. A gain of 4 yards. 1st down, Jets.
And that right there, Mike, is exactly what power run game on 3rd down is supposed to look like. The defense actually doesn't do a very bad job. They just can't wrap him up, and he's able to use that strength, shed that 1st tackle, and pick up the 1st down.
He is hit before he can get rid of it, and down he goes.
Let's give a lot of credit there, Mike, to this defense. They remain disciplined on that play-action fake. Nobody bid on it, and quarterback has no choice but to just eat the ball and take the snack.
Fields now on second down. They'll set up the screen to Hall. And it'll be taken down after a gain of 9 and third down. I'm up.
A gain of 10 yards, and it's third down.
To throw is Fields. This one caught by Lazard. Pickup of 11 yards on that one. Good for a Jets first down.
First down, Jets.
I can't tell you, Mike, how many of these offensive skill players around the league, they look at man coverage as like a personal offense. After that last completion on the way back to the huddle, I think he had a few choice words for him. I think he said, hey, man, you can't guard me one-on-one. You better ask your coach for some help, because if he doesn't, you're going to be in for a long day.
So, points at a premium. Defensive battle so far as we are through 3. Back with more Monday Night Football after this. Set to go now on 1st and 10. They go play action with Fields. Throw here down the field. Will fall. Incomplete.
When you air it out like that on these big shots downfield, they're not always high percentage plays. It takes a lot of things to line up timing-wise, location of the field, accuracy of the throw to result in those big plays, but I think they've got to continue to search for those and try to generate a little bit of a spark.
We'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
A gain of 6 yards, and it's third down.
This crowd into it now as we get to third down. To throw is Fields. That one broken up. It is incomplete. This defensive secondary, they have been really a no-fly zone all game long. It continues here and brings up fourth down.
And on third down, what they're trying to do, Mike, is just get the ball out of his hands quickly and into the hands of one of his playmakers, but he just doesn't focus through the catch. Lapse of concentration, ends up in a drop, and falls incomplete.
And this one's going to land out of bounds as they'll mark it inside the 20. Devon Achane ready to take the field with the rest of his Miami offensive teammates. And it's hard to believe you could run the ball a whole lot better than he has. The vision, the cutback ability, the acceleration, the stats. It has all been on display throughout. Man in motion here is Washington. Off play action, it's Tua. This offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack.
This offense, they just can't establish any sort of rhythm. There's just no way to sustain any scoring drives when your quarterback is being pressured and sacked this often.
Play fake. Now Tua to throw.
That's one of those plays where you come off the field, Mike, and you're getting a lot of high fives. Hey, good job. But then that secondary's coach pulls you over to the side and says, hey, nice play. But next time, let's come away with the pick.
They need one right now. Third and long. Out of the gun, Tagovailoa. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Really nice sequence of plays here defensively, not only to force the third and long, but then you really take away all of the quarterback's options downfield, left him with nothing really else to do but to just simply throw that one away.
Punt team comes out. Dolphins going to kick it away. They'll be forced to punt, trailing here in the fourth quarter. Now a fair catch is taken here, just short of the 45-yard line. The Jets offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. A first down throw for Fields. He'll look underneath for Hall. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. 13 yards to start that drive. And a quick first down.
Anytime you have a running back like this, it's more about just how many ways can you get the ball in his hand. He's had a great game today so far on the ground. Now they're starting to find ways to get him the ball through the air, and that is a handful for any defense.
And he'll plow forward for a gain of 4 yards.
The tackle made by Jordan Brooks. 4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the Dolphins' 38-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 6. Now Fields. That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very good there. Contact jarring the ball loose. And it's going to force third down.
They tried to go with the quick game here in hopes they could do something with it after the catch, but I don't think everyone was necessarily on the same page, and this ends up being a wasted down.
Fields from the gun on third down. Open man is Lazard. He's got it. And they'll move this ball way down into the red zone, inside the 20-yard line. A gain of 21 on that pass play. And the Jets have a first down.
For any long developing play like that to work, everyone on the offensive side of the ball has to do their job at a high level. First, the pass protection has to hold up. Then, the receiver has to be able to separate from his man defender. And then, of course, the quarterback has to be on time and on target with the ball. And when you do, you move the chains.
And he will get into the end zone. Mason Taylor. Touchdown, New York. He's got another one. His second touchdown of the evening. Greg, they did everything they wanted to do on that drive, and now a chance to really make it an important lead.
Mike, with that touchdown there, they're an extra point conversion from extending this lead to a 2-score game. And at this point in the fourth quarter, I think they'd feel pretty good about their chances of holding on.
Now, Folk on for the extra point. It's up and through. And the Jets are going to open up the lead to 8.
17. Dolphins 9.
After the touchdown, out is Folk to kick this one away. Washington now to return it. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. The Dolphins offense ready to get back at it.
At their own 30-yard line.
First down throw for Tua. And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long.
Just simply more of the same, and you're just not going to have a lot of success, Mike, when you're constantly starting drives with second and long, third and long. It's just not a good way to play offense in the NFL, and here we go again.
After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. Off the bootleg, here's Tua. A throw on the move is caught. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
6 brings up 3rd and 7.
Big play coming up. This is 3rd down. A shotgun snap to Tua. He's going to look for the home run ball. And that is incomplete.
I'd say one of the most critical elements of a dynamic offense, Mike, is how efficient are you on 3rd down. It's something these teams stress all week. Here's an opportunity to continue to extend this drive. The defense wins this time and brings up 4th down.
We're about ready now for the punt. He's on to punt it for the 4th time tonight. Oh, how about that hit? Wow. He took a pretty good lick at the end of that one. The Jets offense and quarterback Justin Fields make their way back out. And he has been masterful so far leading this offense, keeping the mistakes to a minimum, on point with his passes, generally one step ahead of the defense all game long. They put Wilson in motion. Play action now for Fields. Catch made, right side by Wilson. And he's out of bounds up beyond the 40-yard line. A gain of 14. Good for a quick first down.
Oftentimes in the NFL, Mike, blitzing a good quarterback can kind of be feast or famine, because what you do is you actually speed up their process of identifying the open target. So in this case, it's an underneath safety outlet, but the reason he went there so fast is because he was triggered to that target from the blitz.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
From the 43, here's 2nd and 8. He'll go again with Hall. And he's bottled up after a gain of a yard.
He was brought down at the 45-yard line. It's a gain of a yard. And it's 3rd down.
3rd and 7. Working out of the gun, it's Fields. Forced to his right. Taking off, he'll try to get there. Give him 11 on the scramble. And give them a new set of downs.
First down, your Jets.
Here you are at the end of the game. You need a stop. You find yourself trailing. You have everybody covered, and the quarterback gets loose. Those are the plays that just kill a defensive coordinator. You're about to force a punt, about to get the ball back to your offense. Give credit to the quarterback. He made a play when they needed it. And that was really well defended along the back end, Mike. And with nobody open downfield, he's got no choice but to turn into a runner. They end up rallying to the ball, and they limit to a minimal gain.
It is 2nd and 6. They'll run it out of the gun, and it's Hall. And that won't get a whole lot. Maybe a yard, that's it.
On the tackle. A 2-yard gain on the play. And it's 3rd
They go 5 receivers for 3rd down and 4. Fields to throw. And that is incomplete.
You have to wonder, Mike, how are those previous mistakes he made earlier in the game still lingering in the back of his mind? You can tell he's being a little bit more conservative. He doesn't want to risk throwing a 3rd interception and kind of just throws this one away.
Fields to throw for it. This one incomplete. The defense up to the challenge there. They force the incompletion, and they'll take the ball over on down. The Dolphins offense starting to trot out for this next possession. From the 39, here's a 1st and 10. Hill brought in motion. On the ground to start the drive, it's Achan. Angling to the sideline, inside the 35. Heading out of bounds, but not until he gets inside the 25-yard line.
That's good.
A big play and a much-needed one as well. 38 yards.
23-yard line.
They'll stay on the ground with Achan, and he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
This back's been having his way all night long, Mike. Just a lot of room to operate. Great job by the offensive line all night long, but in this case, defense does their job. They're able to penetrate, get in the backfield, and take them down for a loss.
Lost 1 on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Here's 2. That's taken in by Achan. And a good job rallying to the football, holding just a gain of a yard and sets up 3rd down.
3rd and 9.
From the gun, here's Tua. Moving to his right. Give him 11 on the scramble. And give them a new set down.
That's good for a Miami Dolphin. 1st and 10 at the 11-yard line.
And that just can't happen. 3rd and long, just understand, contain the ball, rally tackle, just get the ball carrier on the ground. Not only not able to get to him inside the pocket, he's able to extend the play with his legs.
This offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack. That is Will McDonald. He gets through to drop him, and it's a loss of 4.
And anytime this offense gets themselves going in the right direction, it just seems like the pass rush finds a way to make a play of their own, and they have completely dominated this game up until this point, Mike. I mean, it is no surprise they're playing with the lead as a result.
So after the loss on 1st, here's 2nd and 14. Back to throw is Tua. This one complete to Hill. So he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down.
That's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 9.
Tua going to throw. He'll try to look for it. And he's going to be taken down, and that will take us to the 2-minute warning. And now the referee looks like he has gotten word from replay. They're going to stop the game inside the last 2 minutes. All replays emanate from there.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
So take away the touchdown. The officials rule, in fact, he did not get the football across the plane, the goal line. Here is 1st and goal. They'll drop to throw. This is caught toward the side of the end zone. Julian Hill, touchdown Dolphins.
What a finish there to get the touchdown, but of course the job's not done, and this is where the defense needs to regroup, Mike. It's one thing to give up the touchdown, but now you're still one stop away from being the hero. They got to dial in, get their best defense called, and somehow find a way to keep them out of the end zone.
Now a big play here. Dolphins will go for 2.
The Dolphins are leading.
We're trying to run it in with Achan. And he will not get in. They will come up empty on this try for 2. Unable to tie this football game up. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Here's Smith to return it. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Jets offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. And this game not quite in hand yet. Still, all 3 timeouts left for the defense, so they can't just kneel this one out. But 1 first down will essentially end the game. Off the play action, here's Fields. Oh, the pressure too much. He goes down. Now the Dolphins going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining.
2nd down.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. From the shotgun, it's Fields. And that ball in and out of his hands. It is incomplete. Might tell you after the game he should have come up with that one. He doesn't, and now 3rd down comes up. Mason Taylor, the tight end, the intended receiver. And it'll be 3rd down. Here's Fields. And he'll just have to throw this one away. There is nowhere to go downfield. And now it's going to bring up a 4th down.
I think that's the sign of a quarterback who's learned his lesson. He's already got 2 picks on the day. Certainly doesn't want to throw a 3rd. So good decision. Just throw it away.
On 4th down, out comes the punter as they try to play the field position game here, protecting a 4th quarter lead. Fair catch will be taken here. It is right at the 40-yard line. Out comes Miami and the offense to get started on their next drive. They'll have very good starting field position as they set up past the 40. They'll come up for 1st and 10. Now it's Achan. They'll try to get back to the line, but he's not happening. Gonna lose a yard.
Anytime the running back is forced to chop his feet in the background and never get to top speed, you know that play's not going anywhere. And that's exactly what the defense was able to force here by getting penetration. Great job there, stopping this play before he had a chance to even get started.
To throw is Tua. He'll complete that to his fullback. And he'll be out of bounds after a gain of 9. They'll go about trying to convert on 3rd down.
I'm not sure how many guys grow up wanting to be an NFL fullback, Mike. They don't get the ball a ton. They're used to do all the dirty work. But in this case, this guy's showing off. Hey, coach, you get the ball in my hands. I can do some things.
3rd and 2. Tonga Bailoa. That is incomplete. Here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's 4th down.
They desperately needed that one, Mike. Down here late, they've only got a few remaining snaps to go, and it puts all of the pressure of the game now on 4th down. Let's see what play call they have in a gotta-have-it situation, and right now, this quarterback needs to make his best throw in the biggest moment of the game.
They'll try it now with Achan. And this is not going to do it. The defense comes through here in the final minute, and it may just be enough to get them a victory.
And what a stop by this defense. They know the opposing offense has to go for it right now. There's not enough time for them to get the ball back and get another crack at it. They're trying to get in field goal range, and what a 4th down stop to all but end this game.
The defense can stop it twice more as the kneel down comes. So this one a win for the visiting Jets. They knew this would be a dogfight away from home, and they were right. But they come away with a hard-fought victory. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. Good night from South Florida.